My mans, how's it going? Welcome to my country, Canada. Cold, cold place. You don't want to be out here. It's freezing. This is a frozen wasteland with little food, shelter, or resources. And I've installed several mods to make this even more challenging. First is a temperature mod. Okay, this thing, if my temperature drops too low, I'm gonna get hypothermia and die. And it's over then. I'm just a dead, frozen man. So I need to find a way to keep myself warm. And the second thing to make this even more challenging, it's a dynamic season mod. Yeah, so over the course of the next 100 days, winter's coming. It's gonna get progressively colder and colder as the days go by. It's, wow. Let's just say I'm a man who needs a really good shelter. Otherwise, he's gonna be very, very cold and dead. Before I start though, I gotta say one thing, alright? You're gonna wanna subscribe to me. Doing that will make me very happy. Be a man who's smiling, that's what I'll say. And you'll be smiling too. Yeah, trust me, I'm gonna be doing more stuff like this, where I like document what happens to me, but I might do it in some other games too. Same stuff as it, you'll love it, okay? Trust me, subscribe, and also follow me on Twitter, at Forge Labs. You already know where I got this idea from. My man, Luke the Notable. Big thanks to him for letting me put a twist on a series like this. Okay, before I'm going out there, a quick word from this video's sponsor. Hey, this video is sponsored by Plink, and guess what? They're giving away a PlayStation 5 to one of my viewers. All you gotta do is use the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen and sign up for a free 7-day trial. You can cancel at any time. Okay, so what is Plink? Well, I'm gonna tell you what Plink is right now. Plink is a looking for group app. You use it to find people to play with. Some of the best people, some wonderful, wonderful people are on Plink, let me tell you. So what you do is you connect your favorite profile from like PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, PC, doesn't matter, they're all there. And Plink's gonna take a look at what you've been up to and it's gonna match you with some people who are just like you. You'll love these people, trust me. It keeps track of all the games you're playing. Let's say you're a man who likes Call of Duty, well guess what? It knows that. You like playing PUBG, it knows that too. Fortnite, League of Legends, Grand Theft Auto, it doesn't matter. It'll find you. And it's gonna keep all your followers updated with what you're up to, your achievements, all that sort of stuff. It's like, it's good. And remember, for a chance to win a PlayStation 5 from Plink, you can click the link in the description or scan the code on screen. Thank you to Plink for sponsoring this video. Okay, enough. It's time to venture into the Great White North, where I will survive for the next 100 days. Day one, my mans, things, wow, they started out real rough for me. Let me just say that. I thought I'd start things off by looking around and admiring the beauty of the surroundings, but no. I was attacked by a bear right away.
Oh, Jesus! I didn't know there was bears in this.
Oh, wow, that was good. Okay, no time to waste, my mans. Had to get to work right away. I was not going to be a man who was stuck out in the cold. So first order of business was to find flint. You need flint to make a knife so that you can get plant fibers and then you can make a flint hatchet with those. You need that to get wood and a lot of work just to get a little bit of wood, you know? You know what else I needed? Wool. I needed a lot of wool, let me tell you. But luckily, look at these little wolves. Help me out.
Oh! Those wolves are going for that sheep. Hey, thank you. Hey, there we go. Hope they're not going for me. You guys are good.
So I had some wool, but I still needed to find something hard that I could smash my flint on to get shards. Everything I tried, it didn't work. I was running around smashing flint on everything I could find, and nothing was working. I was getting very worried that I was going to freeze to death on the very first night out here. Whoa, okay, I know what you're thinking. Sean, my man, where's the glaciers? Where's the penguins? Well, I based this map off the show Alone. Ever watch that show? They spend like 100 days in the Canadian Arctic and try to win like $1 million or something. This is what that looks like. I based the map off this version of the Arctic instead of the Arctic Circle because there's more to explore here. I originally tried doing this on a glacier and wow, there was no trees, no caves, nothing. Just ice and snow as far as the eye could see, and it was boring to play and would have been even more boring to watch. But then luckily I found a village. I was so happy to find this village, and you know what? The village had a goose. Look at this man.
Oh, Canadian Goose. Hey, how's it going?
Shortly after arriving to the village, I realized I was a bit of an idiot. You see, I did not need flint. No, I could just break trees normally. I did not have that mod installed that required me to do all this, so I wasted an entire day doing nothing. Anyways, I made a wool chest piece and a bed, and went to sleep. Alright, day two. There was a lot of questions I wanted answered. Like, what do these villagers want to trade? What was going on with that goose? What was that guy doing in the village?
Ooh! Golden goose egg. Golden, maybe you can melt it down for resources. Okay. Yeah, what do you got? Oh! Oh!
See that? Yeah, I almost died to a goddamn goose on day 2. So I took that man's golden egg and melted it down and got a golden bar. Pretty good. The next day, I had only one thing on my mind. Getting as much goddamn wool as I could, because it was going to get very, very cold very soon. So I went out to do that. But you know what? Of course, there was a problem. Of course there was. My man, the goose, was still pissed at me.
Scared about these geese. They're still pissed at me. Oh, that was... Not dying by a goose.
This is the first 3 days dealing with a goose. Like, you know what? I don't want to be doing this. Don't want to be spending time with geese in the game. Anyway, so I ran the other way and went back to where I spawned, and I found all the sheep. I got a ton of wool. Very happy to get all this wool. It's gonna be one toasty man, you know. Got a bunch of food too. I was not gonna be hungry. But while I was out there, I found this brick house. It had a bunch of stuff inside of it, so I decided I was gonna make this where I was gonna live for a little while. Hey, you can't turn down something like this, you know? Already ready to go for me. So I crafted some wool armor. No need to be cold anymore, and I went outside and just looked around. Oh, pretty nice out here. And look at this. I found some stuff frozen in the ice.
What's all this? Oh my god! What's all this stuff down there? All the stuff I just found. Golden boots, golden pickaxe, these crystals, a leather tunic.
I also found some copper ore too, but I wasn't sure how good copper was. In the morning, I used it to make a copper saber. Yeah, look at this thing. It was good for killing turkeys. Tons of them. I want a little bit of a turkey killing spree. I really needed to stock up on meat because when the winter comes, some animals won't spawn anymore. They go into hibernation or something. And I had no idea which animals would hibernate, so I just killed everything, just in case, you know? And I found some more stuff frozen in the ice.
Oh my god, more stuff. A diamond!
But then I found even more, and you know what? That's too much. As much as I would have loved just to take all this and continued on, yeah, I know the comments that you all would have left. So you know what I did? I went into the mod settings and I lowered the probability of finding loot in the ice by 600%, alright? And you know what? That would end up being a decision that I would later regret way into this playthrough. When I was sitting in my shelter freezing to, you know what? Anyway, more on that later. Anyways, I found 3 diamonds and a half-broken pickaxe. Not bad. So the thing about the brick house is that it's technically a dungeon. There's a staircase that leads down to it, and on day 5, I went down. It's spooky down there, let me tell you. But you know what's also spooky? Ghosts. And I have to tell you about a video that I recently made with my good friend Robert. It's kind of like this video, but we played Phasmophobia in VR. Now you might have seen the first one where we played for the first time. This is a sequel to that, alright? This time we went to a prison, and ooh, let me just tell you, you gotta watch this video after you finish this one. But now we're going somewhere new. A prison. New to me, not new to Robert, okay? This guy did 7 years in federal prison for something he did in an Uno lobby on Xbox Live in 2006. Okay, so I went down to the dungeon and I cleared out several floors. I found this sword that had mending on it, and oh wow. Last time I found something that had mending on it, I didn't know what it meant. Just left it in the chest and walked away, and a lot of people got very angry with me. Very, very angry. Freaked out, so this time I got it, alright? Day 6. I made some purified water because I'm gonna need to drink it at some point. I was also getting stressed about making an Aussie liner. Now, you don't know what an Aussie liner is. It's a beautiful thing you can add to your armor that keeps you warm or cold depending on where you are. Self-adjust your temperature. But to make one of those, I needed magma, ice, slime, and string. And I was a very long way off of getting all of that, so I just kept clearing the dungeon. The following day, I went exploring and I found a village. Look at this. There's a Fletcher there. So I knew it was going to be good for arrows. No need to worry about those. Day 8. All right, yeah, I'm going to tell you about day 8. So here's what happened. I was starting to think about leaving the brick house, you know? Build something else, but to do that, you need supplies to do that. So I went out and gathered some supplies and did that for a little bit, but then I continued clearing out the dungeon, and I like this. Okay, so I was having this problem where sometimes I would strike a zombie and it would damage me. And then there was a whole bunch of them, so I didn't know which zombie to attack and which one not to attack. So I came up with a plan. I called it Zombie Hole. When you got a bunch of zombies like this, dig a hole and just lure them into it. And once they all go in the hole, you just seal it up. Boom. No need to worry about those guys anymore. They were down there for like 100 days. I spent pretty much the entire day and night in the dungeon doing that. Day 9, I came back up and I wanted to trade with the Fletcher, so I headed back to the village. This was a big mistake because by the time I got there, it was night and I was a very cold man. So cold that I almost froze to death. I told myself, you know what, I'm not doing this again. I'm not gonna risk freezing to death out here. Then the very next day, I did it again. I went out exploring and I found a village, but yeah, problem was that despite marking my path there, I was totally lost. Yeah, it was a man who had no idea how to get home, no idea where to go or what to do, and wow, I really thought I was gonna die here. But then I was so relieved to see the glowing lights of a village. I stormed right in there, and you know what happened? It was the first village that I went to, and the goddamn goose was still there.
Oh my god, they're still mad at me. The geese are still mad.
The next day I continued exploring and I found another village which had a blacksmith with lava. This was good, so I grabbed it and I headed home, but for the third consecutive night in a row, I nearly died to the cold. But this was the worst one yet. I had no idea where I was, and honestly, I know I said the night before that I thought I was gonna die, but no, this time I really truly thought I was gonna die. But then I saw a torch and I was like, oh, you know what, I'm going home. Lead me home. I followed the torches and I barely made it home, but I did it, right? It's nice and safe. I took a break from exploring and went back to the dungeon, which was somehow safer than being outside. I went deeper and I found a floor that had tons of obsidian and magma block. I was so happy to see these magma blocks.
37 magma shards. Okay, hell yeah. That's what you gotta do.
I stuck around and got some XP and additional loot. Ooh, now that I had magma shards, that was very good. Very, very good, because it meant that I could start building a heating coil, which I could use to I could heat a house that I made. Very good news to get these magma shards. So I spent the entire day going out, looking for where I was going to build the house and getting supplies to do it. Day 14, I went mining. I was going to need some rock to build and obviously some iron, coal, copper, all that stuff. So went mining, but my copper axe, it sucked. When I found redstone, which I needed, I could not get it. No, I needed an iron axe for that. So the next day, I went back down there and I found a bunch of iron. A man really needs iron. So I used that to make a new iron pickaxe, which then I used to get the redstone, so I could build the heating coil. You know what I also found? I found some diamonds.
Okay, see, is that diamond? Or what is that? I swear if this is that winter ore, I'm gonna be really mad. See? Palladium. This better not be palladium. Ah, it's diamond! Alright.
But on my way home that night, I nearly died to a skeleton.
Oh, you wanna play? Okay. Look at that. Look how close I was immediately. I'm gonna die like that. I'm going to die if I keep doing stuff like that. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was becoming a very risky man. Way too risky if you ask me. So the next day I solely focused on building my new house. I like this location. It seemed peaceful and safe, you know? Two things a man really needs on a day like this. So I spent the day digging it out.
That's gonna be a nice little spot right there. It's gonna be pretty nice.
I did the same thing the next day, but this time I built a little campfire to keep warm while I was working. Look at this. It's so nice, you know? A little campfire, building your little house. This is something I like right here. This is good. But by the next day, yeah, my opinion changed on the house. I was not liking the way it looked. It just looked bad.
It's not looking good anymore.
So the following day, I thought I'd lower the floor by 1 block and see if it would make it look any better. And this was a big mistake because, you know what? I spent way too long doing this, got way too focused on it, and I was outside too long. I did not realize how cold it was getting, and I came very close to dying to hypothermia.
Oh my god, that was close. Oh my god.
Since I didn't like the look of the cabin, I thought, you know what? Maybe making it brick might look a little bit better. So I stole some brick from the house that I was staying in and brought it with me to test. On my way back, I walked along the frozen river. You know what? It reminded me of something.
It's like a frozen river. Reminds me of River Boys. Well, thing I used to do in high school.
Okay, River Boys, let me tell you about River Boys. So it was a game we used to play back in high school in winter. So our school backed onto a forest which had a river that ran through it. What we would do is, on our lunches, we would go down to the river and walk along the frozen ice until either one or more of us lightly fell through the ice, you know? Like your foot or your leg goes through the ice. Real cold, it was freezing. And you'd have to sit in class for the rest of the day with a frozen foot, soaking wet pants. It got so bad that I remember our science teacher was like, hey, you gotta stop doing this, all right? Stop doing this. I'm not gonna let you into class if you come back soaking wet again. But you know what? We loved River Boys. We loved it so much that we just started bringing an extra pair of socks or pants or something like that. Loved River Boys. It was so much fun. But then it all changed. See, we were going down to the river every single day for like 2 weeks. And what happened was that we broke so much of the ice from falling through and breaking it with sticks and stuff that we had to go further and further upriver every day just to find new unbroken ice. And the problem was that the river got deeper the further you went up. It was no longer just a little shallow stream under where we were breaking. No, it was a full flowing river at this point. But we kept playing the game, just getting riskier and riskier, you know? But then it got bad because we were out on the ice one day and the ice cracked and my friend dropped through. It wasn't just his foot or his leg or anything like that. It was his entire body that dropped through the ice, and he just barely managed to grab on before he got sucked under. At the time, I didn't even realize what had happened. I remember laughing because I just saw this man drop, and then it struck me how dangerous of a situation this was. He was about to be pulled under the ice, and the current would have carried his body way downriver under the ice, and that would have been it. But this man was holding on, so we pulled him out. But to this day, I still remember seeing the terror in his eyes. Anyways, that was last time we played River Boys. Look at this! I found a reindeer.
Oh, reindeer! Hello! How's it going? You guys are cool. I like you guys. Can I ride you? I can ride it! I can ride a reindeer!
I rode this man home and I brought him in my house, which ended up being another decision that I would soon deeply regret. The next morning, I was worried about my man. I had lava in my house, and I did not want this man to go walking into it, so that would be heartbreaking, you know? But as is tradition, I named the man.
Okay, this man needs a name. You know what I'm gonna call him? Mucknuck. I actually like that name. Yeah, that's a good name. Mucknuck. Alright, you're staying in here, Mucknuck.
Couldn't stop thinking about where I found him. That area looked good. It looked way more like the Canadian Arctic than where I was building, so I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna build there instead. Found this nice little plot of land right next to a lake. This is gonna be good here. So I built a little campfire and I started clearing it out. Then I rode another reindeer home. Following day I went back and continued building, but yet again I made a big mistake. Stayed out way too long building, and I had to desperately dash home. I was on the verge of freezing to death, and it became clear to me that I wasn't gonna make it home. So I had to think quickly, otherwise I was going to die. My first thought was, I'm gonna kill this reindeer and crawl inside of him, but there was precious time and I wasn't sure that this would be a function included in this mod. So my second option was to just dig a giant hole and build a fire at the bottom of it, so I did that. But there was a new problem. Yeah, look at that. I was thirsty. So I had to climb out of the hole once I was warm to try to get some water, and wow, I immediately was attacked by several mobs. So I had to run, and with just one heart left, I ran home.
Holy crap. My hands are shaking. Holy crap. Holy crap.
My hands were shaking, and I thought I was gonna die, but I didn't. I made it home, and I put some meat on the furnace, drank some water, and started to warm up. I was safe. Or so I thought. Remember when I said that bringing the reindeer into my home was a decision that I would soon regret? Well, it's time to show you why that is. So after cooking the food and warming up, this man kicked me into a wall or something. So there I was, laying dead. Cause of death, kicked in a wall by a reindeer. And I thought, you know what? Hey, that's not my fault. I was murdered by a reindeer. How can you blame a man for that? So I decided, I'm just going to continue on. I'm going to convert the world to survival, and that's that. I don't want to hear any comments about this, alright? Not a single. The only comment I want you to leave is, wow, on day 22, I feel so sorry for you. That reindeer murdered you, and it's not your fault, and it's good that you switched to survival mode. Alright, leave a comment like that. So after I brought myself back from the dead, I told myself that I would not die again. And that if I did, no matter what happened, it was my fault. Which also became a decision that I would later regret. Day 23, I spent the entire day looking for wool since I had lost everything. Most of my stuff landed in the lava or despawned and it was gone. So I made iron weapons and found enough wool to make a jacket and boots. The next day I had an idea. You know, I don't want to be stuck outside freezing to death ever again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a bunch of warming stations between the old house and the new house I'm building so that if I, inevitably, when I do stay out too long, I can just stand by one of these warming stations and everything will be okay. So that's what I did. To build them, I needed the lava. So I went down to the dungeon and I got some and boom, it was good. Also got some carrots and I learned that I could feed them to the reindeer.
Let's see if my theory's right. Do you like carrots? Yeah, he loves them. Nice.
I built the warming stations and returned home, and I tried to sleep, but I couldn't because there was a monster outside. But you know what? This was a trap.
Oh my god.
I like the look of the black cobblestone I was using, but I needed more of it, so I went into the mine and I mined 2 stacks of it. Additionally, I got some more wood. Day 26, I was back to working on the house, and you know what? I forgave my man Mucknuck. We played Jump the River.
Ah, there's a huge jump. So you can jump over this. Ready? Oh, that was good. Wow. Oh! Barely made it. Right here. You can make it. Oh, hell yeah.
I made the floor out of slabs. It looks good. Makes the windows look a little bit better, you know? But you know what? I stayed out way too late again. It was dark and cold, and I would never make it back alive, so I dug a hole and I just stayed there throughout the night. In the morning, I climbed out of the hole and kept working. I built a double-ended fireplace in the center, which made the house look nice and also kept it warm. But the sun was setting, and I learned my lesson, so I went home. The next day, look at this. I found an eel.
Whoa. What is that thing? Raw eel meat.
I needed sand to make the glass, so I followed a river until I found some, but the problem was that it was underwater, so I was going to be a cold man, but yeah, I jumped in anyways and started getting it. When I came up for air, I almost came up under the ice, which, that's scary stuff right there. But I got the sand, went home, and started cooking it. Look at this. Look at this man. Look at this guy.
Hey, my man, sit outside the... Hey, I got one guy outside, one guy inside. One guy out, one guy in. Pretty good.
I worked on the house, but ran out of black cobblestone. I also was getting concerned about the fireplace was either too big or in a bad spot, and didn't know where I was going to put my bed, but you know what, yeah. So the next day, I went back into the mine and got more black cobblestone. This stuff was, I really like the look of this black cobblestone. I also brought the bed with me back to the new house and set it up. I wasn't a fan of where I put it, but it was temporary, so it was fine. I did not do much on day 32 besides get wood and work on the deck of the house. I did notice though that it was getting colder, and that scared me. The following day, I had to go back to the old house to get some stuff. On my way there, my reindeer fell in a hole. You don't worry though, this wasn't Mucknuck, it was some other guy. So I just grabbed another one and moved on, went mining.
There we go, baby. That's diamonds, right? Yeah, look at that. Ooh, big vein. That's what I like. 6 diamonds. Not bad.
I spent the entire night mining black cobblestone. Came up out of the mine in the morning, and I went back into the old house, and guess what? Look, my man Mucknuck got the guy. Rode him home. So happy to get this man home. Wasn't really happy with how the roof was looking, so I figured I was going to start doing that now. The next day, I worked on the roof more, and I needed more wood, so I went out and I got it. And I also built this nice outside area, and I thought this looked pretty good. Day 36, worked on the house. Just, you know, building. That was the name of the game here. Look, I started building like an expansion to it. To keep up with all this building I was doing, the next day I went out to get more building supplies, but you know what? There was a big problem. When I walked out of the door, I realized I had absolutely no idea which one of these men was Mucknuck.
Hey. You know what I just realized? I don't know if this man's Mucknuck. How can I trust this guy? Is this him? There's like so many of them. You come up here, there's like 2 there. A bunch there. How do I know if this guy's Mucknuck?
So then in there, I realized I need a name tag, and I need one bad. If I see one, I'm going to grab that for sure. So I went to the oldish house, you know, the one that I gave up on after like 2 days. I tore it all down, got all that precious wood, and brought it back. Then I warmed up by the fire, and my man's, look at this. It was nice. Just a man relaxing in his house. Little did I know that absolute misery was waiting for me. Turns out that this entire time that I was playing, I didn't even have seasons enabled. The whole winter thing, yeah, it was all in my head. It wasn't getting colder. This was just the default temperature. So you know what? I fixed it. I got the seasons mod installed. I set it to late autumn, and wow, it got so much worse. My first priority now was getting a season clock so that I could track how far along the winter was, you know? There's nothing worse than not knowing how many more days it's gonna snow. But to make a season clock, you need nether quartz, which meant I was going back to the dungeon. I figured it would be somewhere down in that lower level that I got to, and it's dangerous down there. So I made a diamond saber, and yet again, I immediately regretted it.
This is 6 attack damage. Let's see how much a halberd does. So 1 extra diamond and it does 14. Oh my god. Can I smelt this saber down? Please tell me I can smelt it down. I can't smelt it down. I just wasted. It would be 1 more. Oh my god. Oh. I go down to 6 diamonds if I do this. This is such a waste. Why did I do this? And so I can use oh my god. Such a waste, man. Such a waste.
When I got down into the dungeon, I found nether quartz right away. That was good. A little bit of luck, you know? Very happy to have that. I took the opportunity, though, to grab a bunch of obsidian because I didn't know if I was going to go to the nether or not. And this stuff is just useful for whatever reason, you know? So I got a bunch of it, and I started fighting some mobs and exploring more of the dungeon. I killed a wither skeleton, and I got diamond boots. Yes.
Ooh, diamond boots. Look at that.
And then, look at this. One of those little guys almost got me.
I can't be doing that stuff.
Spent the whole night down there going around looking for stuff. And look at this, I got an anvil. By the time I got out of the dungeon, it was nearly the end of day 39, so I just rode home and went to bed. So I made the season clock, and just as I suspected, because I said it that way, it was late autumn currently, which meant that I had a small amount of time before things got absolutely brutal, but not much. So I went out and looked for wool, because I was gonna need a lot of it, but sadly, could not find any. No wool for a man like me. I did, however, find a beach, so at the very least I got some more sand, but my man's, it was getting cold. Getting very cold. I had to make a fire to warm up, and then run home. The next day I went out again, looking for wool, because I was a man who wasn't ready to give up, you know, and look at this, I found a little bit. But by the time that happened, it was very cold out. I was very, very, very cold, and it was getting dark, and there was absolutely no way I was going to make it home alive. So I went to this village, went in the house, and realized I gotta use a little bit of wool. Gotta use a little bit of wool to make a bed so that I can survive the night. So I did just that, and yeah, that was that. The next day I went straight home, and I made a heating coil. These things, you need something like this to get through the winter. Let me tell you, a man is not making it through the winter without one of these things. So I made it, set it up, and boom, I was very happy to have this. Very, very happy. Kept me nice and warm, you know? So then I thought, you know what, this is good. Why not have a bunch of these around my house? And that was my new plan. Day 43. Let me tell you about day 43, okay? I had slime on the mind, you know? Ever get that slime on the mind? I really wanted to build the Aussie liner, but you need slime, and if you look around here, you think you're gonna find slime in a place like this? No, you gotta find it in a chest, only way. I went past this, like, snow temple at some point, or dungeon. I thought, you know what, hey, maybe there's some slime down there, so that's what I did. Spent the whole day down there, whole day and the whole night, and I did not find slime, but I did find a name tag, which is, that's good, need one of these. I continued exploring the dungeon into day 44, and I found coffee. You ever find coffee in this game? Nothing like a nice hot coffee for a very tired, cold man, you know? I drank this, and it gave me like 10 minutes of haste and speed. This was good. And then you know what? Look at this. I found a slime ball.
Slime too. Oh my god, that's exactly what we needed.
After finding that beautiful slime, I packed it up and got out of the dungeon. I headed home and used the name tag to finally name my man Mucknuck. Yeah, look at this. No way I'm losing track of this guy ever again. Perfect. I finished the day off by building some more stuff on the house, and wow, look at this. The first snowfall. House is not a home unless it's got some stuff inside. That's what a lot of people say that, you know? I heard a lot of people say. Anyway, so I'm really bad at furnishing anything I build. So this time I wanted to try to do it a little bit better. I put up armor racks. Yeah, that's it. That's all I did the whole time. Look at these. Then I went outside to greet my man Mucknuck, and wow, the man was gone.
Where is he? You wander away? Where is he? It's freezing out here. You wandered away. This is why I need a lead.
The next day I went back to the dungeon and I found one more slime. This is not enough slime. I'm gonna need a lot of this stuff, and this was just not cutting it. But you know what? I thought if there's one, there's got to be more. So I kept looking for slime. There was this like crypt room, and I realized, you know what? There might be something hidden in the caskets in here.
It's another slime ball. There's stuff hidden behind these things.
I spent the rest of the day, night, and following day down there in the dungeon looking around, and when I finally came back up out of the dungeon, it was day 47. So I ran home as fast as possible and pretty much went straight to bed. Okay, day 48. This was a good day. Let me tell you why. So I made my first 2 pieces of heating goo. Heating goo, you gotta have it. You gotta have it when it's cold out, and this, you need a lot to make an Aussie liner, but just getting 2, that was good for me. I was happy with that. But I needed more, and slime was the one thing preventing me from having it. So I went back to the crypt, and this time, though, I went down there with a plan. A foolproof plan, okay? You see, all of the chests are in the crypt, in these little caskets here. So what I did was, I decided, why don't I dig behind them, and then simply extract the loot from them without having to reveal myself to all the zombies. There's no way this could go wrong. I spent the entire day and night doing that, and by the next morning, I had only found 1 slime. I was thinking, wow, I'm going to be spending a lot of time down there. It's going to be 100, I spent 100 days in the dungeon. I also noticed that look at my water. Look how quickly that was dropping. It was going down at the same rate as it does when I don't have the thirsty buff. What was going on here? Thirsty man. When I got home, I made 2 more heating goo, while this man watched me from outside. Look at this guy.
This guy's just staring into my house. Yeah, he's staring at me. It is snowing.
Day 50. Halfway through. I went out looking for sheep, but I wasn't finding any. The only thing I found was this eel or something. Look at this thing.
What the hell? I got unpleasant sucking. Does that thing attack me? Did I just get attacked by an eel? No, don't freeze the beef.
I was done going outside for a bit. It was way too cold, so I spent day 51 inside working on my house. I made some beet juice. You ever try this stuff? It's good. It hydrates you real good. Then I just worked on making an entrance to a mine, but I also wanted to grow some carrots so that I could feed my reindeer, you know? Maybe that would make Mucknuck come back. So I started making an indoor farm, and I thought that I could put water blocks under the carrots that I wanted to grow. I had no idea if this was going to work or not, but I thought, you know what? If this works, I'm the smartest man alive. The next day I worked on the mine entrance more, and I put these logs up to make it look like they were supports. I like the look of this. But I was running out of wood and black cobblestone, so on day 53, I went out and got more. I also set up a window next to my farm so that I could get some natural light. I don't know if that's required or not for farming, but you know what? I tried anyways. I was running out of food, so I went out and did some ice fishing, my mans, and yeah, I wasn't catching much, and I was very, very hungry, so in a moment of desperation, I killed a reindeer for meat. I did not want to do that again, so the next day I went out hunting to solve my food issues before it got out of hand. But it was very, very cold. I was even taking damage inside my house, so this is winter starting, you know? I don't know what I ended up doing this day. I think I just stayed inside and warmed up. Who knows? The following day, I checked my season clock, and my suspicions were confirmed. It was now midwinter, which meant, I was in the worst of it.
Is there like a warming potion?
I went back to the old dungeon and went down deep to where the magma blocks were, and because I wanted more, you know, I need some of this stuff. So I spent the entire day down there and night looking for stuff and, you know, just packing everything in. I continued on into day 56 where I spent the entire day also, but I got greedy. I couldn't just go back up to the surface. No, 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 no. I had to keep going. Had to get more and more stuff, and I paid the price. One of the little guys got me. Okay, I know I said that the next death, no matter what happened, was definitely my fault. I want to reconsider that statement, okay? How could any man prepare for a little guy like this getting him? No way. These things are tough. So this one doesn't count either, okay? Everyone says that. If a little guy gets you, it doesn't count as a death. I heard a lot of YouTubers say that, so okay, it's good. Anyways, I went to bed, and that was that. So the next day, the very first thing I did was run straight back to where I had died. And you know what? The little guy was waiting for me.
Oh, I saw him. He's coming back. There. Oh, he's... Yeah, he can get through everything. He can climb everything. Oh, he can't climb that. Oh. Oh. Hey. Can't get through that now, can you, idiot? Yeah, run away. See you later. Guy's an idiot. That scared me.
After that, I knew I had to leave. I'm not spending any more time down there. Hell no. So I got up out of the dungeon, and look at this. On my way back, there was a guy just standing in a tree.
Hey! Good to see you. I've been looking for you. You're in a tree now. Alright, good.
When I got home, I went through my inventory and realized that I had walked away from the dungeon with just a couple magma shards and a tiny bit of string. Yeah, that was a good use of time right there. My house was very cold, and I wanted to do something about that. So you know what? I came up with two plans. The first was to put up this wall right here, this big wall, so I could section off the heat in the house so that some heat stayed in this area and some heat stayed in that area so that it wasn't wasting heat. It was good. The second was to jam a magma block inside my big fireplace. My hope was that it would just generate a little bit more heat, and you know what? At least one of these two ideas worked because the house got warmer. The next day, I went out exploring, and you'll never guess what happened to me. Oh, God, you'll never guess. I got way too cold, went too far, and had to come home with hypothermia. I was a very, very cold man, and I barely got home before dying. You notice how I said before? Yeah, because I got inside, and while I did start to warm up, I died of thirst. I'm really struggling to come up with an excuse for this one. This is, yeah, I don't know. After this, I thought, I'm not going out for a bit, so I shifted my focus into making another portal in my basement to, I don't know, maybe I could jump in there and keep warm or something? Who knows?
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Okay. I don't know what to say about that one. That one was... okay. I went into the nether, and I quickly left right after. It was kind of pointless going in there. The next day, I woke up feeling just, wow, defeated, you know? Didn't even want to get out of bed. In fact, I took a whole week off of playing. This is around the time that I went and played Phasmophobia in VR with Robert, you know? Just something to take my mind off of my troubles. After doing that, making that video, I was back ready to go, nice and fresh. So I got back to it. The first thing I did was I made a heating room where in case of emergencies, I could run and heat up. Yeah, spent a bunch of time doing this, and I literally never stepped foot in here again after I finished it. Second thing I wanted to do was make heating packets. Since it was already day 60, there was no more point in me trying to make an Aussie liner. Just that there was no way that thing was getting made, so I switched my focus to just making heating packets, which were temporary, one-use items that would heat me up and keep me warm, and I could make a bunch of them from just a little bit of heating goo. Problem was that I needed paper and seeds, and I didn't really have that many seeds, and I definitely didn't have that many paper, so I went out looking.
No! Come out! Okay, I'll come back and get you after.
This ended up being a big problem, because the time I spent trying to get this man out of the river, it ended up killing me. I got seeds and I got home, but I wasn't fast enough because, I just died again.
I'm gonna die. Half a heart. No water. I'm gonna... No. No! No! No!
Oh, this is where I died from thirst and not hypothermia. I knew it was one of these two. Just came back a week later, still dying. The next thing I needed was paper, and surprisingly, it's kind of difficult to get it out here. I thought I could just go to birchwood and harvest it like you do in RLcraft. No, does not work here. And sugarcane. Yeah, good luck finding that. It is very hard to find out here. Okay, I'm being a bit dramatic. It's not very hard to find, but it's hard to grow, or you can't grow. I don't know. I couldn't get paper. Okay. I don't want to see any comments saying, "Oh, you should have just made the paper." No, the paper was very hard to get. So the next day I was flipping through Minecraft Wiki. I was going on all these different mod page websites trying to figure out how do you get paper? And I found out that you can make a sawmill, okay? A sawmill is good because you can use it to cut wood, but one of the byproducts of cutting wood is sawdust. And with sawdust, well, you can make paper. So I thought, you know what? I'm gonna make a sawmill. Hell yeah, just think about that. A man like me outside in the winter, just his sawmill and all his reindeer. I like that. So I spent the whole day getting ready to go out and look for the stuff I needed to make it. The next day I went back to the old house and went down into the dungeon and got 49 magma shards. Yeah, you heard that right. 49. Why did I do that? I was supposed to be getting stuff for the sawmill. Anyways, by the time I got out of the dungeon, it was nighttime and it was cold and there was absolutely no way in hell I was running back in this. Learned my lesson. So I just sat by the fire and waited. But here's where I made another massive mistake. You see, when I was down in the dungeon getting those 49 magma shards, I couldn't help but notice that I had really bad breath. So I thought, yeah, while I wait by the fire here, I'm gonna go brush my teeth in real life. So I got up, left my computer, and I went and brushed my teeth. While I was doing that, I couldn't help but think, maybe I shouldn't have walked away. So I ran back downstairs and
No, 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 no. No. No, no. Oh my god, no. No.
Standing next to the lava killed me. Some fire must have spat out or something and burned me. I don't know why. I could not catch a break in this. The following day I went back and got my stuff, but sadly I lost the one thing I didn't want to lose. The magma shards. Tell me how magma shards are going to burn up in lava. How does that make any sense? Anyways, I remember now why I went down there. I needed gold, copper, and redstone to make the sawmill. So the first thing you need to make a sawmill is a reception coil, right? I think that's right. Okay, anyway, so I made one of those, but when I tried to make the second part, a machine frame, it wouldn't work. So I thought, okay, maybe I gotta learn how to make it first before I can craft it. And how do you do that? How does a man learn anything? Books, right? So I found this book. It's like a lexicon, crafting lexicon or something like that. I can't remember what it's called, but I made it, and yeah.
I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, it's gone now. I just turned it into a block of snow. That's what I did with it. Okay. This is... I can't even get through the door. I can't even get through the door. Just walk through the door.
Okay, that right there, that pissed me off. Nothing was going my way. It was the middle of the winter, I was freezing, and I was just suffering. The next morning, I tried again. I thought, alright, I'm gonna make a saw blade. Okay, surely that will help. And guess what? Yeah, it didn't. It didn't do anything at all. It was just a big waste of time, and I only had a little bit of iron left. And I was wasting it on stuff like this. But after looking more into it, I realized maybe I needed a tin gear. So I went out, found tin, brought it home, made the tin gear, and would that finally work? No, God no, nothing works for me.
If this doesn't work, I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh my god!
By this point, it was late winter, and the one thing that was keeping me going was the idea that, you know what? It's gonna get warmer soon. Things are gonna start getting better. But little did I know that things were about to get so much worse. The next morning, I went out, looked around, and I thought, you know what? I'm in Canada, right? I'm a Canadian guy just trying to live through the winter. What do I gotta do? I gotta build a pond hockey rink or something. So, that's what I did, my mans. I started building a goddamn hockey rink. Well, how does a man do that in Minecraft? Well, you know what? I'm gonna show you right now, okay? Step 1, throw that stupid tin gear in the hole. You don't need that thing anymore. Step 2, build the nets. I used fence pieces. They don't look good at all, but you know what? They're gonna work fine. Step 3, get players. This was a problem. I was utterly alone out here. I had no one. But I had the next best thing. Reindeer.
Hey. Look at these guys. Getting the game going here. Okay, you're gonna be a goalie. Put you here. Oh! You're gonna be a goalie too. Oh. Gotta go. Look, he's in net. Look at him. Look at him. He's a goalie.
Step 4. After you get enough reindeer, realize that if you're going to do this, you're going to go all the way with it. So start building boards. The following day, I did just that, you know. I started building the rink all day. It was good. I want to be honest here. I don't know why I did any of this. I spent like 4 days making this stupid rink and trying to get reindeer to play hockey. What was this? This was such a waste of time. I ended the day by watching my mans and doing some ice fishing. But it was cold. It was so cold that my lure kept freezing.
No!
I was very, very hungry on day 68. And ice fishing wasn't working out too well. And I did not want to kill my reindeer. Those guys were my players, and there was no way I was killing another one of those. So I went out hunting and then spent the rest of the day getting more reindeer for my rink. The next day I continued looking for reindeer to play hockey for me. I didn't realize it, but I had actually traveled pretty far from my house, and I'm sure you know where this is going. Well, maybe not, because you know what? I ended up killing a bear. Problem was that, yeah, I was cold and I was far. A deadly combination. But you know what? It's not my fault. I was just a man trying to find reindeer.
This is all my fault. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm such an idiot. I could have prevented this. This is entirely my fault.
Somehow I made it home, just barely, but when I got there, a reindeer was blocking my entrance.
Get out of the way of the door! I'm gonna move! Come on, don't die. God damn it! God, no!
Okay, you know what? I'm starting to think that some of these deaths are, in fact, my fault. Yeah, well, before going to bed, I looked out my window at my mans, and I thought, you know what? Things aren't so bad. I love these guys.
Look at all my reindeer. I love these guys. They're all just hanging out. Got 2 guys down there. Got a lot of guys down there. They love it in there. It's the favorite place to be. Hey, you're going in there tomorrow, don't you worry.
It was day 70, and I hadn't even placed an enchanting table. I should have done this immediately. You know, next time I do a 100 days thing, I'm doing the enchanting table right away. Hold me to that. If I don't, I'm a crazy guy, okay? I wanted to put the enchanting table under the rink because I thought that would look cool. You know, who wouldn't want to enchant something underneath a hockey rink? So I started digging a big old tunnel. I was a very happy man on the morning of day 71. You want to know why? Because it was officially spring.
Early spring, baby. See that? Early spring.
Spring, my mans, all right? Hey, what a great season. This is my favorite season in real life, favorite season in game. So happy to see that. It is not spring in real life right now. It is the heart of winter right now. Very cold, very dark, and I really wish it was spring in real life. It gets dark at like 4:30 p.m. What is that? That's not any. Okay, I'm getting. So it was spring in game, and you know what? It still wasn't exactly warm. You know, a man was still cold out there digging a tunnel. But I persisted, and I got smart. I counted the blocks between the entrance where the tunnel started and the rink, and then I dug accordingly. But I had to stop to go ice fishing because I was getting very hungry. I needed food badly. I also needed paper still for the heating goo packet. I only needed 6 pieces of paper, and I couldn't even have that.
Okay, here's the problem. I got this heating goo, right? Stuff is great. I would love it. I'd love to use it. But the problem is that I can't make these heating packs because I need paper, right? Okay, well, how do you get paper? You need sawdust. Can't make sawdust. It doesn't work. Sugarcane? I can't grow it unless it's summer. And you know what it is right now? Spring. So I can't, I'm a man who cannot have paper.
The next day, I went to the Nether to warm up, and what followed was, well, it was the worst 5 minutes of my entire history playing Minecraft. It was, yeah, you might want to just skip this part of the video if I'm being honest.
Oh! What the? Oh! I can't even see him. Oh! Why is there snow in the Nether? Oh, these guys are shooting machine guns at me. I don't even know where to go here. My palms start immediately sweating when I come here. Well, my thirst is going down too far. Time to go back. Oh my god. This is not the way I came. There's so many skeletons here. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know where I'm going. I've lost it. I don't know where I am. Oh my god, where's the portal? I'm gonna lose everything. No, this is not fair. Ah! I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick of this. This is nuts. This is nuts. Ah, okay. No. He detonated the portal. What is that thing? There's a bear in the nether. That's not normal. Oh my god, now I'm slowed. Stop. No, no. No, no. No, no, no. I'm gonna lose it all. No. No. I have so little.
The next day, I went back into the nether with a vengeance.
You guys want a piece of me? You guys pushed me around, and you know what? No. I'm gonna take you all on. Every single one of you is going down. Let's do this. Come on. Shoot all the arrows you want. Shoot it all. Fire your machine guns. Come on. Send everything you got. Come on, send it all. Try me. Anyone else want to have a go?
But it wasn't enough, and sadly, I died again.
God damn it.
And then I decided then and there, I was done with the nether for good. And I'm not just talking about this playthrough. No, I'm talking about in general. I am never going back into the nether again, alright? This place is you go in there and you just die. It's a one-way ticket to dying. There's no point in going in here, okay? Never going in here again. If you see me going here, call me a crazy guy again. Okay, so I just went back to working on my tunnel in the rink. Nice and simple activities for me, you know? Day 74. Day 74 was a very, very good day. Let me tell you why. While I was out in the woods doing something, I forgot what I was doing, but I found this. You see that? That's a mushroom. So I picked it. I found out that you could grind it up into powder. You could eat that powder.
Oh my god, it's healing me. It's healing me. Oh my god, it's healing me.
After that, I got really confused and I got lost. While I was out there, I had found a bunch of stuff frozen in the ice. Remember that? This whole thing, I disabled this, and it would have been real useful before. Anyways, I found all this good stuff, including like diamonds. And I didn't want to lose this stuff, but it was getting dark and I was starting to freeze to death. So I ate more mushroom powder and then, yeah, I guess I set the forest on fire.
I'm standing next to fire. How can I have hypothermia? I'm standing next to fire. I'm standing next to fire. How can I have hypothermia? I'm standing next to fire. How can I have hypothermia? I'm standing next to a fire.
The heat from the forest fire kept me warm enough for a little while, but I knew I was going to die, so in my final moments, I stashed all my stuff in a chest, and then I died. My hope was that I could return here and get it back later. So the next day, I went out looking for the spot where I died, and I couldn't find it. But I did find a village that had a bunch of crops, including carrots and more mushrooms. Brought that stuff home, and I fed my reindeer some more carrots, and I liked it, you know? I was starting to feel like I was an official reindeer farmer. Yeah, Canadian reindeer farmer. I was liking the sound of that. I was giving the carrots to the reindeer and the mushrooms to me. It was good.
Alright, I got my farm going out there. Look at that. Looks good. Those guys are so happy out there.
But then something happened. I was hungry. Very hungry. And in a moment of weakness, I started killing reindeer for meat. But then it happened. I realized I was killing my long-lost friend, Mucknuck.
No! Mucknuck, I'm so sorry. Oh my god, Mucknuck, I had no idea. I'm so sorry. Jesus, my man, I'm so sorry.
With a clear mind, I headed out the next day to look for my stuff again. Somewhere out there in the vast wasteland, there was a chest filled with a ton of stuff that I needed. I left my house briefly, and I found sugarcane, which gave me enough to make the paper that I needed so I could finally craft a heating goo packet. So I did that, but then, wow, look at this. Hey, love that. That's good. Blue screen of death on my computer. When I got back, all my achievements had been reset for some reason. But nonetheless, I headed out and searched for my stuff, and I still couldn't find it. Couldn't find anything. Couldn't find any evidence that I was ever even in this forest. There was no burnt trees, there was no torches, there was nothing cut down, there was nothing. Absolutely nothing. So it made me think, did I hallucinate finding the gear? Lighting the forest on fire and filling the chest? Was there even a chest in the first place? I don't know. Because I never found that chest. I never found it throughout this entire playthrough. Where did it go? I looked around a lot and I could not find it. I eventually just gave up and went home. The next day my focus shifted to farming, but since it was the Arctic and all, I couldn't just plant carrots outside. I needed a greenhouse. So I started building one, and the first thing I knew was that I was going to need glass, so I went out and got sand. I continued working on the greenhouse into day 78, but I needed more building supplies. So the next day I went out and got more, and fired up the furnaces and finished the exterior of the greenhouse. Soon I'd be a man with a lot of carrots, my man, a lot. Couldn't wait for all these carrots, it's gonna be good. Or, so I thought. I continued working on the greenhouse on day 80, nothing more, nothing less. The following day I checked the season clock, and it was mid-spring, yes! Love that, love seeing that. I continued working on the greenhouse. I knew that I'd probably need some more lights in there, so I made these like hanging lights using iron bars, wooden torches. I really like the way these things looked. They were pretty cool. Then I finally set up my enchanting table. One of the reasons it took me so long was that I wasn't sure where I wanted to put it. I know I was planning on putting it underneath the lake and all that, but you know, it's way too much work. So I just put it in the front room, and I actually don't mind how it looks here. It's kind of nice. But if I wanted to use it, I needed some more levels, and you know what that means. Back to the dungeon on day 82. Yeah, I love it down here. So I love spending all my time down here. But this time, you know what? I wasn't going to screw around. I pushed further into the fire part of it. And you know what? I got diamond boots and a full stack of magma shards. But I started to feel like I was a man who was pushing my luck. So I went back up a few levels and safely killed some zombies until I was a couple levels higher. And then that took all night. I emerged the next day, but I wasn't ready to go back home just yet. I needed food. So I stuck around, hunted for some meat, cooked it, and then slept in the old house. Nice and fueled up, I went back down into the dungeon, and wow.
Holy crap, that was very close. Very close to going down to a little guy. Holy crap.
I got a bunch more stuff while I was down there. Most importantly, I got slime. Yeah, look at that. And a bunch more levels. You know, pretty good. Came back up, slept, and then went home. I was very disappointed to see that my greenhouse farm was not working. What was going on here? I thought maybe it was the type of soil I was using, so I tried using normal dirt and not this tundra dirt, and it still didn't work. Using bone meal on it, nothing was clicking. No, nothing was growing. Carrots are supposed to grow in the spring, and it was spring, and these things were not growing at all, so I don't know what was going on here. Just really wanted my carrots. So the next day I had carrots on the mind. I was very desperate to get these carrots, and yeah, I wasn't going to give up. So I thought maybe it had something to do with heating. So I built 4 heating coils and brought them into the greenhouse. We'll check back in on this later, but not to spoil anything, but I'll tell you right now, I was not happy with the results. In the meantime, I started enchanting my gear. Yeah, perfect timing on that, you know? 14 days before this is all over. Enchant it now. Great timing, Sean. I was even having trouble with this, though. For some reason, it's not working. You know, I was putting my stuff in the enchanting table, and sometimes I'd have 3 options, but other times I'd have 0 options or 2 options, or I don't know what was going on here. I had tons of bookshelves, and it was screwing up too. What was going on?
Now I'm getting 0. Now I get 0. What is going on there?
I have no idea what was happening here. In the morning, I noticed that my temperature was now hot, which was a good sign. I celebrated by eating some mushrooms again.
Oh, ate some mushrooms again. Makes you go wonky. Oh.
I wanted to know what was going on with the carrot situation. I thought about how I picked them originally from a village, and that if you could grow them anywhere, it would be there. So I went back to that village, and guess what? You can't even grow the carrots there.
I want to plant my carrots. I can't do it, man. I'm gonna get this deer. Give me this. Give me your steak. I just want to plant my carrots. No one's letting me plant my carrots. Oh my god.
Day 88. I was I was very obsessed with these carrots and I really wanted to grow them, but this was my final attempt to get them to grow. If this didn't work, I was going to absolutely lose it. The new plan was to raise the temperature even higher in the greenhouse. To do this, I had to bring in the big guns. Magma blocks. Yeah, this was yet another decision that I would soon regret. Anyways, I had the bright idea of putting the magma blocks under the water blocks. Yeah, how do you think that went? Well, once I realized that it was drying the water up and therefore killing the soil, I rushed into my house, grabbed my diamond pickaxe, but then I realized that my diamond pickaxe was basically broken, so I had to repair it first. And in that moment, I made yet another terrible decision. See, instead of just making a new pickaxe for 3 diamonds, I opted to repair it. And guess how much that cost? 4 diamonds. How does that make any sense? Why did I do this? This was dumb. So I went and got the magma blocks. I don't even know if you need a diamond pickaxe to get magma blocks. You know what? You probably don't. So I got them out of there, and when everything was said and done, I lost 1 diamond and half my magma shards. Yeah, good day on day 88. The following day, I just wanted to get away from my farm since it was making me angry and depressed. So I went to the snow dungeon to see if there was anything I missed down there, and there wasn't, except for this creeper that nearly killed me.
Oh, that was close. Time to leave.
Day 90. I was feeling utterly defeated. Everything I had tried to do throughout the past 90 days had failed. So I just left the house to look around a bit, and I came across a bear. Then I had an idea. I went home, created a lead, and came back, and I tried to tame the bear.
No! No, come on. Oh!
This didn't work. I was a man who he could not catch a break. No, nothing he tried to do was working. I was just a desperate man alone in the Arctic. So desperate that I just tried to tame another bear.
Ah! Oh my god! This one's attacking me. Oh, he's chasing me!
The next day, I checked on my carrots one final time. Nothing. I went back to the old dungeon because I remembered that there was carrots growing underground, and I visited the spot where they would grow and tried to plant some and use bone meal, and even that didn't work. So I came to the conclusion that you just can't grow carrots here. Well, it doesn't work. So I just gave up. I went home. When I woke up the next morning, I just left. I left the house and rode far into the Arctic tundra. Eventually, I stopped and realized something.
This is it. It's just this as far as the eye can see. With little pockets of forest. I really am alone out here. It's just me and these reindeer. It's literally all it's been for the last 92 days. Me, this big wasteland, and the reindeer. How does a man live like this?
I pulled it together and returned home. Oh yeah, look at this. I found this strange snowball. I don't know what this thing was all about, but I liked it, so I brought it back with me. When I got home, I cleaned up the house a bit, and I got rid of the indoor farm because, you know what, doesn't work. Don't need it. And then I added this back door. The following day, I went out and I got a ton of black cobblestone. I came back home and finally admitted defeat. The greenhouse was not going to work, so I started renovating it. I removed all the dirt and replaced it with wood. The next day, I connected the house to the greenhouse, or should I say, additional room, and I made the exterior look a lot nicer. I continued building that deck, or whatever it was, into day 95, and I got it to look pretty good. I had a bunch of bone meal laying around, so I thought I'd at least put it to use and grow some trees in my backyard. At least it's something, you know?
Yeah, it's looking pretty nice now. Nice little walk from here all the way to here.
Then I almost lost everything I'd just built.
Oh! No, don't blow up there. Jeez.
I made this cool design in the roof, a little different than what I normally do. I like this. One of the things I wanted to do was hide some torches in the trees to make them look like they're lit up a little bit. You know, make it look nice. I did this by making shears, then I got some leaves, then I put the torches down, and then I hid the torches in the trees with the leaves, and I actually really liked the way this looked.
Yeah, looks good.
Next, I added a nice pathway between the 2 areas of my house and flattened it down with a shovel. I planted more trees, and I started thinking about my man Mucknuck, and I wish that he was here to see this. So I went out to look for him, but I couldn't find him. I missed that guy. Instead, I brought a random man back. You know, this guy. Who is this guy? I don't know. I just brought him back with me. The following day, I didn't want to feel alone anymore, so I went out and I found a deer. It took me almost the entire day, but I managed to get him back to the house. But that wasn't even the hard part. It was getting this man in the door.
Come on, right here. Easy. Easy, not a corner. Stop going in the corner. Here, okay, fine. We'll go around this way. Come on. The door's right here. Just come into here. Go in. Just get in there. Nothing has worked for me. This is one little thing all I want. Please, please, I beg of you, get in the door. Get in the door. Nothing has worked for me. Nothing. This entire time, nothing. I couldn't even grow a carrot. Please just come through this door. I'm so alone out here. Just get in the door. Okay, you wanna play like that? Come on. Come in. Come in. Come in. You're Yes. 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 Oh my god. Oh my god. I did it. Holy crap.
I also captured 2 zombies that night, but in the morning they burned up.
Okay.
I found a 3rd zombie, and this guy had a helmet, so I lured him in the building and quickly built a little jail cell for him. He loves it in there, and a good spot for him, you know? I named him. What did I name him? Manasol or something like that. I don't know.
Mazanalo. Maznalo. That's him. It's gonna be a very delicate procedure here, but I think I can pull it off. I gotta get him to come up to me. Hey, my man, over here. How's it going? Come here. There you go. Look at that.
Hey, look at that. Not so bad, you know? Didn't feel so alone anymore. No, just me, my deer, the reindeer, and my man, Manasol. This guy. We're a good team right here. Well, the next morning, I felt kind of weird. I felt like it wasn't right to keep so many animals captive, especially when there's such a beautiful tundra out there for them to explore and eat carrots, even though they won't grow. Who was I to deny these creatures freedom? Why? Just because I felt lonely I had to bring others down with me? No. I wasn't gonna live like that. So I decided that I would let them free.
No, get out of here. Don't you understand? Go. Leave. All of you, leave.
But then they just started staring at me and I did not know what to do about that. And look at this man.
Okay.
Day 100. That's it. It's over. I get to leave this place and absolutely never, ever, ever come back here again. So yeah, before you ask, no, absolutely not. I will not be doing 200 days in this terrible place. There's no way I'm coming back here. There's no force on the planet that will get me to do 200 days out here. I'm going somewhere else for the next one.